It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on Saturday, November 21st, 2020. I'm coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia, on a nice day. It's going to be up to pushing 70 today after the cold 3 or 4 days we've had here in this part of the world. So it's going to be a pretty day here in Virginia. Before I get to the news, folks, I'm angry this morning. I'm angry at the clowns in Washington. The Republicans and the Democrats, I don't care which ones. You know my feeling about politicians. But I'm angry at all of them. You guys have all gone home to celebrate the holidays. Something that we're being asked not to do by the CDC guidelines. And don't get me wrong, folks, I'm all in favor of not celebrating Thanksgiving. It's a whole lot more important to stay in our individualized bubble for this holiday so that we can hopefully keep our loved ones out of ICU for Christmas. So I'm not opposed to that at all. But here the politicians are. You guys have left Washington and you've traveled home and you're going to be with your families for the holidays, not in your own little bubble, but you've all gone home. And what did you not do? You did not take care of the American population. You did not pass any kind of stimulus package to help the American people. We have 100 million Americans, folks, that don't know where their meal is coming from today, much less where their holiday meal is coming from on Thursday. And yet the politicians, you guys have taken off and gone home. The Republicans, all you want to do is blame the Democrats because they're asking for too much money. The Democrats, all you want to do is blame Trump and the Republicans for doing nothing. You're all guilty. None of you have any kind of sense when it comes to making a deal. Did you never buy a car? Did you go to the car lot and pay sticker price? No. You negotiated a deal. If you didn't, you're nuts. But you politicians can't negotiate a deal, and you're letting 100 million Americans starve. It's awful. I wish there was some way that we could criminally charge each and every one of you, every Democrat, every Republican, and every member of the administration, and throw you all in jail for at least a day and make you sit there and keep your damn mouth shut. It's criminal what every one of you guys have done. And see why I'll never, ever vote for a damn incumbent again? Because none of you are worth a damn. Okay, let's get to the news. Several cruise lines have added more cancellations after the news from Carnival, Holland America, and Princess have basically announced the following. Princess Cruises and Holland American Line, both owned by Carnival, have canceled all sailings through March 31st, not through April, the end of April, like some people in this space have reported. They don't know how to read the news release from Holland America. Cruises are canceled through March 31st. Plus all cruises longer than 7 days sailing in and out of the United States ports through November 1st, 2021. That's both lines, folks, Holland America and Princess. In addition, there are some other cruises from Asia, Australia, and South America up through April 30th that have to be rescheduled. That's what it actually said in the news release from Holland American folks. Not that the Holland American cruises are canceled through the end of April. That's not what Holland American has said. There's no news yet from Norwegian or from Royal Caribbean. Now, you know, both of those have, through this whole episode, since the pandemic started back in February, they've lagged behind Carnival several days and then pretty much done the same thing that Carnival's done as far as cancellation dates. So I'm not going to be at all surprised if we don't hear from both of them this coming week. However, the very popular vlogger that is a former crew member on Oasis of the Seas is a crew member who started vlogging. Chris Wong is his name. Attracted over 2 million views for daily vlog posts as the cruise industry went into lockdown. Says he's happy to see the industry on its way to recovery. And I quote Chris, "There are signs that they are finally suggesting that in the cruise industry, things are starting to actually happen." Chris was working as a casino host on Oasis of the Seas when cruising came to a crashing halt. So we'll have to see what happens with both Norwegian and Royal Caribbean as to a possible startup date. And that's assuming, folks, that people out there start doing the right thing as far as the pandemic's concerned, and take this whole day thing seriously. Wear your masks, socially distance, do all the things that we can help with the numbers, this god-awful spike we're in the middle of in this country and other places in the world, since I have more audience besides just in this country. My friends in Europe are the same way. But if we take it seriously, we can help start bringing those numbers down until the vaccine's ready. Folks, we're less than 3 weeks away from starting to see shots going in people's arms with the vaccines. Yeah, it's not going to be readily available this month or next month, but if they can get 40 million doses in December, that's 20 million people, because it takes 2 shots each, and then start rolling it out in bigger numbers come January, you know, in 3 or 4 or 5 months, folks, we'll be over. We'll get through this and try to save some lives between now and then. Because remember, folks, everything you do is to help protect your loved ones and to help protect yourself to try to survive this till the end. So please take this seriously. Quit listening to the damn politicians and all the time. Both sides. I'm not one side or the other. Quit listening to them. Listen to the science, people. Listen to the scientists. Listen to the doctors. Listen to the epidemiologists. Listen to the people that have spent their lives studying pandemics and how to get out of this mess. I thought I was over with the rant. Okay. There is absolutely nothing on the National Hurricane Center's weather map today. Nothing. Blank. 0. Whoa. Is that good news? Does that mean it's the end of the season? No, I mean, things could still happen. But man, maybe we're done finally with the weather. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, Cozumel. Everybody that's cruised around anywhere around the United States, and most of you in the world that have cruised in this hemisphere, have been to Cozumel, Mexico. They have just approved the 4th cruise pier, which is going to start construction in December. Cozumel already has Punta Langosta Cruise Pier, located downtown at San Miguel. The Puerto Maya cruise facility that caters for Carnival ships further south of downtown. And nearby is the International Pier, which is mainly used by Royal Caribbean vessels. The Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources approval now means the project can move forward, and construction on the new development is set to begin in December. Muelles del Caribe will be carrying out the project, which includes a cruise ship pier and a bridge that will go over the main road into the cruise terminal, a similar concept to what Puerto Langosta has. The pier is set to cater for vessels that measure up to 362 meters in length, which means any of the new mega cruise ships coming out will be able to dock there. The new facility will be located just south of downtown and near the Cozumel car ferry pier. So if you guys have been to Cozumel, probably know exactly where this is. Cozumel is not that big, but it's going to be a nice facility. So hats off to the folks down there in Cozumel. We're going to be doing a show on the Cruise Amigos. Wow, I'll have to check with Pete. I think it's next Sunday. No, 2 Sundays from now. 2 Sundays from now on Cozumel. We have some special guests from that area on Support a Port. And by the way, while I mentioned it, tomorrow's show on the Cruise Amigos at 3 o'clock my time, that would be 8 o'clock London time, is a Support a Port show from Alaska with our lovely friend Lady and her mom with us. We're also going to have the Chamber of Commerce from Whittier, Alaska, join us. And we're going to talk purely about raising some funds for the folks in that area that have been negatively affected by the cancellation of the entire Alaska cruise season this year, and hopefully a season that will get underway next year. So join us tomorrow for that one. It's always nice to catch up with our friends in Alaska. So for some of you that are dying to travel, here's one you might be interested in. Travelers can lend a helping hand and volunteer in the Aloha State to receive a free extra night at various hotels through a new program the State Tourism Board has announced. The program, Lama Hawaii, encourages visitors to take a trip, gives back. Tourists can volunteer for projects ranging from tree planting to reforestation to beach cleanups, ocean reef preservation, and even making Hawaiian quilts for the elderly. In exchange, tourists can receive a complimentary extra night at participating hotels across Kauai, Maui, Oahu, and the Big Island. The list includes, and this is not all of them, but this includes Four Seasons Resort Maui at Wailea, the Ritz-Carlton Residences at Waikiki Beach, the Fairmont Orchid in the Big Island of Hawaii, and the Sheraton Kauai Resorts. Alaskan Airlines is also involved in the voluntourism effort, planting one tree for each flight the carrier makes to Hawaii through the end of the year. All right, folks. Again, if you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. Sorry that I started off the show with an editorial comment today that has absolutely nothing to do with the travel and cruise industry, but so be it. As is my normal thing, I'm getting ready to go over to the chat room and see who's here and making fun of me today. And by the way, folks, if you are new to this channel, and we have had some new subscribers, which I dearly appreciate. Our numbers finally, they've been stagnant for a while, are starting to move up again, which is awesome. But if you have not subscribed, please hit that little subscribe button down in the lower right-hand corner. The bell notification tells you when I go live or when I post a video, and we'll keep you updated with what goes on in the travel and cruise industry world and other things. So let's go see who's here this morning. Let's see. Gretchen's with us. I think again, thank you, Gretchen, for Thursday, the donation. I do always appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Tom Henry says, what could we possibly rant about? We are living a wonderful life. Sonny's here. Hey, Sonny, how you doing now? Things down in Mississippi. How many beds are in Bedford County? I have no idea. Tom, 6. I don't know. Amy says, good morning. Amy's from up there in New England. Gretchen says, hubby is checking the snow blowers. Yeah, good luck on that one to see if it has one more year left in it. Whew. Yeah, I'm sorry, but my days of snow blowing are over, Gretchen. I may have to push a shovel a little bit, but that's as far as it goes. Tom Henry says, clowns. I bought a nice plow shovel 2 years ago, never had snow to use it. We didn't have I don't think we had a flake all last winter, which was rare. I mean, we usually get one good snow a year here, then a couple small snows. But last year we didn't have any snow, none. So Gretchen says, sure, rub it in, Tom. Amy says, righteous rant. Thank you, Amy. Wish we had snow here. Sonny, I was down in Mississippi, didn't have to worry about it. I had enough cold for the winter here this past week. That's good. I'm done. I'm ready for spring. Give me the warm weather. Let me go open the pool. I'm ready for it. Tom Henry says, I'm sure that I got a call from mail pharmacy after my injection prescriptions were sent. They objected to 2 prescriptions. One was insulin generic, and they wanted the brand name. Another was for 67 days, and we lost the rest of the bottom of that one, Tom. So we heard about part of his problems with that. Gretchen, doesn't mean I don't agree with Chillie, though. Well, thank you, Gretchen. Preach, Chillie. Yeah, well, I really was. I got angrier and angrier and angrier over. I'm getting I hate politicians. Oh my God, I'm so sick of this election crap. Oy vey. And it's not one side or the other. It's both sides. I'm just sick of all of them. All of them. And God forbid the next person that's politicking for something that comes and knocks on my door. Oh my God. Thankfully, I don't have a gun. Tommy, wanted 90 days. Third one for Victoza was okay, but had a copay of over $1,000. Wow. I said, I can't do that. Cancel that order. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm going through some of those, some of my copays with my health problems are starting to get ridiculous. The one yesterday was awful, but anyway, I'm going to be doing an update, week 3. And when I promised folks that I was going to be transparent, you'll see what I mean about being transparent, because there's going to be some bad in this one. Bad, not news-wise. I don't have any bad news yet, but some really tough things that if somebody in the situation I'm in, you need to be aware of. So this is going to be a real transparent show, folks, that I'll get up. Maybe I'll have it posted tomorrow, because Monday's a big day and a day that I may not feel like crap afterwards, but we'll see. I'll try to get it up tomorrow morning before I do the show from Linden. That would be nice and get it out of the way. Tom Henry says, now I need to go with rabbit food. Yeah. Now it's Tom's rant for the day. Yeah, see, Tom, we both had a good rant in today. I feel a lot better. $1,000 is crazy. Gretchen says, I agree. There's John Reitmeyer from up in Crookston, Minnesota. Thanks, Chillie. That's how I feel too. Well, I appreciate that, John. Bonnie upset I'm picking on the CDC. I just said Cruise Line was to discuss plans of CDC for over 7-day cruises. CDC must have told them no way. I don't know. I'm not sure I totally agree with their thinking on this one, but I mean, we know MSC has now a pretty good track record on 7-day cruises, following the new protocols, the new guidelines, and the new procedures. And so far, knock on wood, it's been done successfully. I think that's probably the overwhelming factor, is that somebody's doing 7-day cruises, and you have a chance, if you do have a problem, to get people taken care of more quickly and get them off the ship, where they already have to have set up procedures, as opposed to being on long cruises and being that much further away from places that you can have the problems taken care of if you have them. That's my thinking, Tom, not necessarily the CDC being crappy again. And I have nothing to base that on other than my faith in the cruise lines. So, I mean, there's nobody's said that or reported on that. So I'm not saying, I mean, this is purely my opinion on that one. Amy says, which cruise line do you think will do the first tester cruise? I think Royal Caribbean, obviously, because they really have been pushing and talking about getting volunteers for doing the testing. Carnival, the whole Carnival family now is backing up further and further, although Carnival is at least, I think, probably going to sail first, possibly, with one ship out of Miami, one ship out of Port Canaveral, but they haven't been advertising for volunteers like Royal Caribbean has. So who knows? I tell you one thing, those numbers got to come down before anybody's going to cruise. This March date, folks, may or may not go unless those numbers start coming down. Yeah, the vaccine's coming and that's going to help, but still, you can't have 2,000 deaths a day or more. You can't have that many new cases every day and get people onto cruise ships. It doesn't add up. It's asking for a disaster. Sonny says, holy cow, Tom, $1,000 is crazy. How many could pay that copay? Yeah. Isn't that the truth? I mean, part of my rant, folks, about the politicians this morning, thankfully, I don't have to, I'm lucky. I'm the first one to admit it. I don't have to worry about where my next meal's coming from. I mean, hell, I'm bad enough. I could live for some time on what's stored up. I don't need a stimulus check. But man, there's 100,000 people in this country that are starving. They don't know where dinner's coming from tonight. And those clowns won't do anything about it except sit back and throw mud at each other. Okay. Disney has 2 ships in the Atlantic headed to Port Canaveral. Maybe we'll see. Yeah. I read some information during the night about that, as possibly Disney might be the first ship to sail. And I thought, wow, that would be shocking. But they are moving in that direction. And there's been no publicity or talk from Disney at all that I've seen. I'm not sure if I get PR releases from Disney or not. I don't remember getting any recently. Most of the cruise lines I get, direct information from as soon as like Holland America, I had the news release from Holland America before it went public at all yesterday. Tom says, Sonny, as I said, lots of rabbit food. Yeah. Bought a few prepared salads at Publix today. Really good one with the strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries on greens. Wow. Emily's with us. Good morning, gang. Emily's up here in New York. Salads are good, Sonny says. Tom Bugs Bunny. I like that one. That's good, Sonny. Guess that'll help with losing weight. Yeah. I can see me eating all veggies, becoming a vegetarian, and I'm sorry. I gotta have my meat. Yeah. Now, I'm not like a hunter. I'm not going to go out and shoot it and eat bear and deer and all. Yeah, I want grade A stamped on the ass of the meat that I'm eating. It's got to have grade A stamped on it. Yeah, but that's me. So, Emily says 50s in New Rochelle. There we go. There, Jason's with us. What was the editorial comment? I just went off on politicians, Jason. You can go back and listen to it, but I'm angry. I was angry this morning. I'm still angry. I'm going to stay angry until those clowns, both sides, because a lot of my audience is Democrats. I'm talking about you too. Both sides are equally guilty. Period. The end. They all need to go to jail for dereliction of duty and raping the American public. Republicans and Democrats. All of you suck. All right. I'm going to get off this, folks. I had to let my blood pressure come down a little bit. It's bad for my health. So, all right, guys, you guys have a great weekend. Please, please, please. I hope none of you are traveling for Thanksgiving. Stay at home. I know that's an awful thing to say. I hope y'all stay at home for the week. Stay in your own little bubble. That's what I'm doing. You know, this will be the first time Amanda's been home for the last four Thanksgivings. Gene and Jean were last year, but for 5 years before that, they were gone. And then I go back 5 or 6 years ago. I used to go up to Harrisonburg with Peggy, and we cook for 40 for Thanksgiving. This year, it's going to be the four of us here. You know, we're not buying a 25-pound turkey. We're buying a turkey breast. And we're going to do our own little turkey, dinner here. But at least the four of us will keep safe in our little bubble. And I hope all of y'all will do that. Please, folks, wear your mask, socially distance, be healthy, clean your hands. Remember, the vaccine's coming, but do whatever you can do to get us through the next 3 months or so until the vaccine starts really taking hold and we start getting healthy again and we can start cruising again like we all want to do. You guys have a terrific weekend. Watch out for my newest report on my fight against prostate cancer, and which will be out, I'm hoping, tomorrow morning. So you guys stay healthy, stay safe, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you on Tuesday, if not beforehand. See you at the cocktail party tonight at 4 o'clock, and see you tomorrow on Cruise Amigos, live from London at 3 o'clock my time. Have a great weekend, y'all. Later. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you for watching today's travel and cruise industry news. Join us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for another episode. Travel and Cruise Industry News is a production of Chillie